Welcome to my channel, Unleash Your English, my friends. Have you ever read English but couldn't feel it? You understood the words, but not the meaning inside them. You could repeat a sentence, but not live it. You could speak, but not connect. Today, I'll show you a new way to master English not just by reading or memorizing, but by living it. Read, think, speak, feel. If you stay till the end, you'll understand why feeling English is the secret that most learners never discover. So, are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Read. But don't just read words. When you open a book or an article in English, something beautiful begins. It's not just about letters on a page. It's about entering another world. But most people don't see it that way. They read fast. They skip words. They rush to finish. And when they close the book, nothing stays. Their heart feels nothing. Their mind feels tired. They say, I read in English, but I don't remember. I know that feeling. I used to read like that too. I wanted to be fluent, so I pushed myself. I read page after page, but deep inside, I knew I wasn't growing. Then one day, I tried something different. I slowed down. I read one line and stopped. I closed my eyes and tried to feel it. The sun rises, such a simple line. But when I imagined the light touching the sky, something moved inside me. I smiled. That's when I realized it. Reading is not about speed. It's about connection. When you read slowly, you start to feel every word. You don't just read rain. You feel the drops falling. You don't just read smile. You feel the warmth of it. This is the secret of good reading. Not reading more, but reading deeply. When you feel what you read, your brain remembers naturally. You don't need to memorize. You just live the moment with the words. Let me give you an example. Imagine this line. She waited by the window. Now, stop. See her face. The quiet room. The sound of the wind outside. Do you feel that small picture in your mind? That is English coming alive. That is how you turn words into emotion. Every beginner wants to speak fast, but first, learn to read slow. That is where understanding grows. When you read, talk to yourself softly. Say the line. Hear your own voice. It will sound different at first, but don't worry. That voice is your teacher. You are training your tongue and mind together. Many people ask me, how can I understand what I read? My answer is simple. Don't try to understand everything. Try to feel something. Even one feeling is enough. When you read, ask yourself, what picture do I see? What do I feel here? This small habit will change your English forever. You see, the problem is not with your brain. The problem is with your speed. You rush. You worry. You think, I must finish this chapter today. But what if you finished just one line and truly understood it? That one line could live in your heart forever. That is real learning. English is not a test to pass. It is a world to enter. When you read slowly, you start to hear the rhythm of the language, the soft music behind every line. You start to notice the magic of small words like was, is, had. These words connect everything. They are not boring. They are bridges between feelings. Try this today. Take one page. Read it like poetry. Read it with silence. Read it with curiosity. Imagine every scene. Speak it aloud. Smile when it feels right. Reading should be joy, not pressure. And remember, every great speaker was first a great reader. They didn't just read to learn English. They read to feel alive in English. You can do the same. Each time you open a book, open your heart too. The book will give you more than words. It will give you thoughts, feelings, and a voice inside that begins to think in English. So don't rush. Don't worry about mistakes. Just read, imagine, and feel. That is the first real step to mastering English. Chapter 2. Think. Let English live in your mind. Thinking in English is where the real magic begins. Most people believe they need to be fluent first, and then they can think in English. But that's not true. You don't wait until you're perfect. You start now. You start small. You start with simple thoughts. When I began my journey, I used to think in my own language, and then translate into English. It felt slow and painful. My words came out broken. My mind was always a step behind. One day, I asked myself, what if I stopped translating? So I tried something new. I looked at the sky and said softly, "The sky is blue." That was it. Just one small thought, but it was mine. It came straight from my eyes, not from my dictionary. At that moment, something changed. I realized that thinking in English is not about grammar. It's about seeing life through English. When I was hungry, I said to myself, "I'm hungry." When I was tired, I said, "I want to rest." When I was happy, I whispered, "I feel good." These were small sentences, but they were real. They were alive. You don't have to think big. You don't need complex words. Start with what's around you. Look at your room. Say, "My phone is on the table." Look at your hands. Say, "I'm holding a cup." These thoughts may seem small, but they are building something strong inside you. You are training your mind to live in English. Every time you think in English, your brain makes a new connection. It becomes easier the next time. Slowly, English stops being a subject. It becomes your voice. It becomes part of your day. And the best part? You don't need anyone else to start. You can do it alone, anywhere, anytime. Some people say, "But I forget words." That's okay. When you forget, describe. Don't stop thinking. If you can't remember the word bottle, say thing I drink water from. That is still English. That is still communication. You are not failing. You are learning to think creatively, just like a native speaker does. I remember one morning, I was walking to work, and it started to rain. My first thought was not in my language anymore. It came in English. I should have brought my umbrella. I smiled. It felt natural. That was the moment I knew I was truly growing. Not because I memorized rules, but because English had entered my thoughts. When you think in English, you start to see the world differently. You start to notice how words carry feelings. Rain is not just water. It's sound. It's smell. It's memory. Smile is not just lips. It's warmth. It's kindness. When you start thinking in English, you begin to feel words. So how do you begin? Here's a small exercise. Each morning, before you pick up your phone, think one sentence in English. Something simple. Today will be a good day. I feel fresh. I want to learn. Keep it small. Keep it real. Say it in your mind. Feel it. You are training your brain step by step. Don't be afraid if your sentences are short or simple. Simplicity is power. Every small English thought is a seed. When you think daily, these seeds grow into fluent speech. Soon, you'll find yourself speaking without planning. You'll understand without translating. You'll feel English moving naturally inside you. Thinking in English is not a dream, it's a daily habit. It starts quietly, in small moments, but it grows strong. It gives you confidence, clarity, and connection. So from today, stop waiting for the perfect level. Start thinking in English now. One word, one sentence, one feeling. Each thought is a step forward. Each step is a victory. You are not just learning English. You are building a new voice inside your mind. Let it live. Let it speak. Let it grow. Chapter 3. Speak. Let your voice teach your mind. Speaking is the moment English becomes real. You can read 100 books, watch 1,000 videos, and think quietly all day. But when you speak, something powerful happens. Your words come alive. Your voice connects your mind and heart. That is where fluency begins. Most learners are afraid to speak. They wait for the perfect time. They think they must know everything first. But that time never comes. You don't become ready by waiting. You become ready by speaking. You can't learn to swim by standing on the shore. You must step into the water. The same is true for English. I remember the first time I tried to speak English aloud. My heart was beating fast. My voice was shaking. I made mistakes in almost every sentence. But I didn't stop. I told myself, this is how I will learn. And I did. Every small mistake became a teacher. Every word I spoke gave me courage for the next one. When you speak, your brain starts working differently. It begins to organize thoughts faster. It learns how to find the right words. Your mouth learns new shapes. Your tongue remembers the sound. Your body joins the process. You are not just learning English, you are feeling it. Start speaking even if you are alone. Talk to yourself while getting ready in the morning. Say what you see. Say what you feel. Say what you want to do. For example, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm getting dressed. I'm going to the kitchen. These small sentences sound simple, but they build a strong foundation. You are not practicing words. You are practicing life in English. Your mirror can be your first speaking partner. Look at yourself. Smile. Say hello. Introduce yourself. It may feel strange at first, but it works. Your reflection won't judge you. It will listen quietly. And that silence gives you freedom to express yourself without fear. Many people think they should speak like native speakers. That is not true. You don't need a perfect accent. You need a brave heart. You need a real voice. Every word you say with confidence is more beautiful than 1,000 silent ones. Let me share a small secret. The more you speak, the more your listening improves too. You begin to hear patterns, rhythm, and emotion in English. You start to notice how real people talk. You learn how words rise and fall, how they dance in a sentence. This is how your brain begins to think naturally in English. Don't worry about grammar while speaking. Grammar will come with time. Focus on expression. Focus on connection. When you speak from your heart, people feel it. Even if your grammar is not perfect, your message will be clear. That is real communication. Try this simple habit. Every day, choose one topic. It can be anything. Your breakfast, your plans, your dreams, or even your feelings. Talk about it for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Record yourself. Listen to your voice. Don't criticize it. Smile at it. It's your progress. Tomorrow, do it again. Slowly, you'll notice your sentences becoming smoother, your confidence stronger, and your thoughts faster. Speaking is not just a skill, it's courage in action. It's the moment when your inner learner becomes an English speaker. You don't need permission. You don't need perfection. You just need to start. So open your mouth. Let your voice out. Let it teach your mind. Each time you speak, your English breathes. It becomes part of you. It becomes your sound, your truth, your story. You can read. You can think. But speaking makes you alive in English. So today, talk to yourself. Talk to your world. Talk to your dreams. Because the more you speak, the more you grow. Chapter 4. Feel. The heart of real English. Fluency is not only about grammar, words, or speaking fast. Real fluency is about feeling. You can read thousands of sentences, memorize hundreds of rules, but if you never feel the language, you will never live it. English is not a machine to operate. It is a heartbeat to listen to. When I first started learning English, I thought it was just about remembering vocabulary. I wanted to sound smart. I wanted to speak quickly. But one day, something unexpected happened. I was watching a movie, a simple scene. A mother hugged her child and said, "I'm proud of you." Suddenly, I felt something inside me move. It wasn't just English anymore. It was emotion. I understood the meaning without translation. I felt it. That was the day my English started to breathe. Feeling English means letting your emotions join the learning. When you listen to a song, don't just hear the words. Feel the sadness, the love, the hope behind them. When you read a story, don't just understand the sentences. Feel the fear, the joy, the dream inside the character's heart. When you watch a movie, don't only follow the subtitles. Let your heart follow the story. You see, when you feel something in English, your brain never forgets it. Your heart becomes your teacher. It connects meaning with memory. You don't memorize anymore. You remember naturally because it touched your emotion. Every language is a bridge between people, but the bridge only works if there is feeling. Think about the words, "I miss you." They are simple. 3 short words. But when you say them with feeling, they carry 1,000 emotions. That is the power of connection. When you study English, don't treat it like a cold subject. Treat it like a living thing. Let it speak to your soul. When you hear the word freedom, feel the air in your chest. When you hear hope, feel the light in your heart. When you hear goodbye, feel the silence after someone leaves. Sometimes I ask my students, "Do you feel English?" They laugh, not understanding at first. Then I explain. Feeling English means you live with it emotionally. You smile with it. You cry with it. You think with it. You talk with it when no one else is around. It becomes part of who you are, not something you do for tests. Here's a simple practice. Choose one sentence that touches you. Maybe something from a song or a quote you love. Say it slowly. Close your eyes. Feel every word. Imagine the situation. Imagine the faces. Let it become a memory. Say it again until it feels like your own. This small exercise builds deep connection. When you feel English, speaking becomes natural. Words come from your heart, not from your notebook. You stop worrying about mistakes. You start focusing on meaning. People listen to you not because your grammar is perfect, but because your words are honest. That honesty is what makes language beautiful. Every time you feel something in English, you grow. Every time a word touches you, it becomes yours. You start to live in English. not just learn it. You begin to dream in it, laugh in it, think in it. That is when fluency truly begins. So remember this. Read deeply, think softly, speak bravely, and feel fully. Because English is not just a language you study, it is an emotion you experience. It is a friend waiting to speak through your heart. Chapter 5. Connect. Your English, your world. Everything you read, think, speak, and feel becomes powerful when you connect it with your world. English should not live only in books or classrooms. It should live in your morning, your street, your thoughts, your dreams. The moment you start using English in your real life, it becomes part of who you are. Many learners study English for years but never connect it to their lives. They learn new words but forget them after one day. They study grammar but never use it. The reason is simple. They keep English locked inside their notebooks. They never let it walk beside them in the real world. Connection changes everything. When you use English in daily life, your brain wakes up. Every sound, every object, every feeling becomes your teacher. You don't need to travel to an English-speaking country. Your home, your phone, your mirror, your mind are all enough. Start with small things. When you wake up, look at your cup of tea and say, "This is my morning tea." When you open your window, say, "The air feels cool today." When you walk outside, describe what you see. The road is busy. The children are laughing. The sky is bright. You are not just practicing sentences. You are connecting English to your life. Once I had a student who said, "I understand English, but I cannot use it." I told her, "You don't need to use it. You need to live it." The next week she came back with a smile. She told me she had started talking to her cat in English, writing small notes for herself in English, and listening to her favorite songs with English subtitles. That simple change made her feel confident. English was no longer a stranger. It became her friend. That is what I want for you too. Make English your daily companion. Let it walk with you. Let it speak through you. When you connect English with your daily world, your progress becomes faster and more natural. You don't force learning anymore. You just live it. You can also connect English with things you love. If you love cooking, read recipes in English. If you love movies, watch them with English subtitles. If you love music, write down the lyrics and sing along. When you connect English with what brings you joy, learning feels effortless. Another secret to deep connection is emotion. Talk about real things. Write about your feelings. Say, "I'm tired today," or "I feel proud of myself." Don't wait for big topics. The small truths of your daily life are the best lessons you can learn from. The more you connect English with your world, the more natural it feels. It stops being a school subject. It becomes your tool to think, to express, to dream. You start seeing English everywhere. You hear it in songs. You notice it in signs. You use it in thoughts. It becomes your second heartbeat. Connection is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about bringing English into your real moments. Every time you do that, your confidence grows. You start to believe, "Yes, English belongs to me." So today, make this promise to yourself. You will not keep English locked inside a book. You will take it outside. You will walk with it, talk with it, laugh with it, live with it. Because the more you connect, the more alive your English becomes. Let your world be your classroom. Let your heart be your teacher. You already have everything you need. English is waiting to connect with you. All you have to do is open the door. Chapter 6. Master. the English that lives inside you. Mastering English is not the end of a journey. It is the moment you realize the journey is now part of you. Real mastery is not about speaking like someone else. It is about finding your own voice in English. It is when English stops feeling like a subject and starts feeling like your second nature. Many learners think mastery means perfection. They believe it means no mistakes, no pauses, no doubts. But that is not true. Mastery is not perfection. It is peace. It is comfort. It is when you can express your heart without fear. It is when your thoughts flow freely and your words follow naturally. There was a time when I used to chase perfection. I wanted every word to sound right. I wanted my accent to be perfect. But the more I chased, the more afraid I became. Then one day, I stopped and asked myself, what if mastery is not about being perfect? What if it's about being real? That question changed everything. You master English when you can speak your truth in it. When you can say, I don't know, with confidence. When you can make mistakes and still smile. When you can speak from your heart and not from memory. That is the real level that every learner should dream of. Think about it. Every word you learned, every sentence you practiced, every mistake you corrected has brought you here. You have built your English piece by piece, day by day. It now lives inside you. It is not outside, waiting in a book. It is not hiding in someone's accent. It is in your mind, your voice, your daily life. When you reach this stage, English becomes your way of thinking, your way of feeling, your way of understanding the world. You start to dream in it. You start to find comfort in it. You start to help others learn from you. That is the true sign of mastery. Every time you read something and understand the feeling behind it, you are mastering English. Every time you think in English without translation, you are mastering it. Every time you speak and your voice feels natural, you are mastering it. Every time you feel English in your heart, you are mastering it. There is no single day when you suddenly become fluent. It happens slowly, quietly, through small daily steps. Each line you read, each word you speak, each thought you feel adds another layer. That is how mastery grows. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't look at someone else's accent or vocabulary and feel small. You are walking your own path. You are building something strong inside you. And every small improvement you make is proof that you are mastering the language in your own way. Mastery is not in grammar books. It is not in long words. It is in your consistency, your courage, your belief. It is in the moment you say to yourself, I can do this. Because when you believe, your brain listens, your heart follows, your English flows. From today, speak with love, not fear. Learn with joy, not pressure. And remember this simple truth. English is already inside you. You just need to bring it out every day. So take everything you've learned from this journey. Read with curiosity. Think with honesty. Speak with confidence. Feel with your heart. Connect with your world. And finally, master English by living it. You don't have to chase it anymore. It's already yours. You've built it with every word, every thought, every feeling. And now, it lives inside you, forever. If you felt something while watching this, that means your English is already growing. Now it's your turn. Comment below with one English sentence that you feel. Don't just study English, live it. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend who's learning English too. Together, we'll not only learn to speak English, we'll learn to feel it.